Hey, Chris here. Here's a little known fact about humans. In order to survive, humans need to consume food and water. That's right. And this has baffled scientists since the age of Socrates. And now, in an ever fast-paced world where we're working more for less, we're grinding for all that paper so that maybe one day we can afford to pay rent on a one-room apartment with a bathroom that we share with 10 other people. Even something as simple as having time to make food for ourselves or see family and friends just feels impossible and frankly, not even realistic anymore. Well, don't worry, because I'm here to tell you there's a solution. But first, in my 2022 review, I mentioned how I was going to begin making more videos this year. That kind of hasn't happened. And whilst the quality of my videos is getting far better, like my AI video, which you can watch after this video to get informed on how the world's gonna end, I just haven't made as many videos as I've really wanted to. Now that's down to two main factors: time and money. Things that many of us tend to run out of here and there. You know, when you enter the workforce, after a little bit of time, you realize, damn, this kind of sucks. When you spend more time with colleagues who you may or may not like, more than you do with friends or family who, in some circumstances, you also may or may not like. In addition to your chores and responsibilities as a grown adult human, you try to spend every spare moment you can enjoying your short time on this earth with the things and people you love. Or you could try and make YouTube videos in that time. Like me. So in order to tackle these two problems of time and money, I needed to find a different job with more flexibility so I could spend more time with the people and things I care about, be entertained, make a livable wage, and yes, work on YouTube videos. Marco, my best mate, who you might know from some of my other videos, recently left his career as a head chef, and whilst in between jobs, he picked up Uber driving. I gave him company on some occasions, and whilst we were venturing around, I soon realized this is the solution to all my problems.
What is? What? Oh, no, nothing. Sorry. Huh? Sorry.
Need more time? Work when you want. You need to make money? Deliver food to people. Need to eat? Eat those people's food that you're delivering and just say that the restaurant stuffed up their order. But I did notice something with all of this. Uber does this thing where they try and make it feel like a video game. I love video games. I just haven't really had time to play any, and with the flexibility of working when you want, coupled with the possibility of earning on average around $30 an hour like Uber says on their own website, I could potentially murder three birds with one stone. So I ventured out to see if Uber deliveries could fix these three problems of time, money, and entertainment. I'm gonna go through all those results and I'm gonna give them a grade at the end of this. And let me tell you, the results will shock you. Probably. Probably not, I don't know. Just keep watching and you'll find out yourself. Come on. So I went to Marco and I asked him, how do I get started?
So you need to create an ABN, have a driver's license, have insurance, and you need to do a background check.
Shit, are you serious?
Yeah, how come?
How did you of all people pass it?
Well, let's just say I know a few people. And of course, you're gonna need a vehicle. And with your car, you can do the luxury Uber Premier, which is driving people around.
I could do Uber Premier, but I hate small talk and I don't want people throwing up all over my car. So, you know, what about for now, I just put Uber Premier in the back burner and I'll just start doing deliveries like you do.
Sounds good, let's do it.
So I started to get all my stuff ready to submit to Uber, but a problem of sorts arose.
What are you doing?
Getting my car ready?
If you're not doing Uber Premier, you can't use this car.
What do you mean? What am I going to use? Oh, fuck. I'm not driving this.
See, this is much better. You need to feel like a real Uber delivery driver.
Marco, this car stinks like cigarettes. The window doesn't open, so that doesn't help. The AC doesn't work and it's winter. And what's with that weird sound at the front of the car when I turn it on? What is that?
You mean the engine starting?
Yeah, what is that? The roof is touching my head, Marco. What am I can't drive this car, man.
Chris, you're a delivery driver, not a lawyer.
You're a delivery driver.
Yeah, so I'd know.
So I took the advice. Unwillingly, submitted my stuff to Uber, and I waited. Then I got the email saying that I became a certified Uber driver. First job, Marco. First job, man. Let's do this. Get some money. Can you check the car?
Got about this much room.
All right. Oh, you know what? Hold on. I need something.
What'd you get?
A stapler. That's much better, isn't it? First job done. I got an achievement. That's pretty cool.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. But that's all right. It makes it feel like a video game. Well, I'm so excited. This is easy as.
Yeah, for now.
So I didn't really understand what he meant. I mean, I picked up the order, I delivered it. It all seemed pretty straightforward. And then I waited for my second order. Marco, this app's cooked, man. I haven't got an order for 20 minutes.
It's 3 p.m. on a Monday. No one's ordering anything now.
What? Why didn't you tell me this earlier?
So I wanted you to go through exactly what I went through. Get the full Uber Eats experience. Why do you think I'm here with you right now?
Because you're my friend?
You're kidding yourself, yeah? If it was peak delivery times, I'd be working.
Ah, yes. Peak hour times. For weekdays, it's 7 to 9 a.m. and 5 to 7 p.m. with the exception of Fridays, which is 4 p.m. onwards into the weekend. And for weekends, it's 9 a.m. to 5 a.m. the next day. If you want to maximize your time and your money like I do, these are the times that you kind of want to be working. Unfortunately. Okay, I mean, I enjoy working on my videos on weekdays because it's quieter, I feel more clarity, I feel more creative, but that just means that I got to work early mornings, evenings, and then all day on the weekends.
Yeah.
So I have no social life.
Yeah. Why do you think you don't see me anymore?
Because you got a girlfriend? Wait, listen! Bro, I'm gonna crash, man, and then we're both not gonna have jobs. Far out, dude. Pussy. So, entertainment factor, not looking the best right now. Oh, and I'm still alive, by the way, thanks for your concern. But let's do a cost breakdown of starting up to see how the money factor is going. So, you need at least third-party insurance, but the comprehensive is about $5 more a month, so we're just gonna go with that. So that's minus $50 for the month. The car's a piece of shit, obviously. So I had to get the globes changed so I could see at night, and that's minus $40. Change the brake pads so I could stop the car from accelerating and squeaking. That's minus $240. Minus $280 for a service because the car hadn't been driven in a year and a half. And I also had to change the tires because the car hadn't been driven in a year and a half. So that's minus $720. I needed my registration, but I'm just going to assume that I already had it. I mean, we need to give this some sort of a chance. But the maintenance side is obviously important to this because your job is literally your car. So to start out, we're at minus $1,330. Oh my God. My first delivery gave me $17, minus the average salary tax bracket of 32.5%, and I made $11.48 on my first trip. So in total, I made minus $1,318.52. You gotta spend money to make money, baby. Yeah. All right, let's keep going. Uber on certain nights sometimes has areas that are just generally busier. And to entice you to work in those areas, they give you certain bonuses to work there. If you've played any RPGs before, you'd know that there are zones. Pretty much just like suburbs and towns in real life. Some places are nice to go to. They're easy to navigate. The creatures that lurk around there aren't as deadly. And then there are the zones that are the opposite. They look dangerous. They feel dangerous. They are dangerous. And you probably wouldn't dismount there in case you get jumped by the opposite faction. Can you guess what type of zone in Uber is the one with the bonuses? Yeah, so update. Uber has gotten rid of the ability to see the boosted areas on your map, and this is probably just because there were no drivers to service any of the other areas on the map. And if you were wondering what the dangerous suburbs I was talking about were, well, I can give you one name to give you a little bit of a better idea of what I'm talking about. Frankston. Yeah, good guess. I knew you'd get that one. Cool, let's continue. Might be the only reason that I'm glad to be in the Camry. If anyone tried to steal that, they'd probably just die from cigarette poisoning. But anyway, I needed to make more money, so I took all the bonuses that I could get. I just leveled up, Marco, and I got an achievement for 60 deliveries.
Congrats on 60, bro.
I went from blue to gold. So good that I skipped bronze and silver, huh? Yeah, leveling up, what does that even mean?
Well, it just gives you access to better rewards such as discounts on fuel.
Discounts on fuel.
Yeah.
The thing that I wouldn't have to buy if I wasn't driving this car.
Yeah.
But you made me drive it.
Yeah. But now you get discounts.
I fucking hate you so much, Marco. Oh yeah, fuel. Or as we like to call it down under, petrol. I think it's a good time now to have another break and see how I'm faring money-wise after a week of delivering. So to be fair, I didn't really know about the bonuses, the busy areas, and other stuff that I'll get to later. But for the first week, I drove a total of 31 hours and 33 minutes for a total of 70 trips, which makes it around 2 trips an hour. I made $571.42 in fares, $118 in bonuses, and $8.48 for a tip, giving me a total of $697.90, which for you math aficionados is $22 an hour. A little bit far from that $30 an hour price range advertised on the website. Adjusting for tax, I made $471.08. So we got to minus petrol, fuel, gas, whatever you want to call it, of course. I drove 292 kilometers in trips, just trips. That doesn't include leaving home, coming home, driving around to those busy areas, or just driving around just trying to find trips in general. So let's add 25% to the total, which makes it 365 kilometers. AKA 1 kilometer for every day this year that I don't want to do this. My car uses 8.3 liters in petrol, $1.80 average on petrol per liter, and we get to minus $54. Minus the deductions and add the profits, and we get to minus $901.44. Not the greatest start to this. It was obvious it was time for me to utilize quests. Marco, explain to me how you're making more money than me per hour. I just don't understand.
Well, when I work, I tend to only work when Uber have certain promotions on. For example, on a Friday night from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m, if I complete 12 deliveries, I earn about an extra $100. But the way it's structured is, for every 3 deliveries I did, the first one I'd get $15 extra, the next one would be about $18, the following 3 would be $22, and the final 3 would be like $25, adding up to about $100 extra. But I had to do it in that time frame. So if I did 11 deliveries and it turned to 9 o'clock, I wouldn't get that last little bonus. It's quite annoying, but it was still good.
That sounds like a quest, Marco.
It's literally what they call them.
They're actually called quests?
They're called quests. Uber calls them quests.
They sound sick, dude. Why haven't I been getting them?
Well, in the first week when I started, I didn't get any. But the following week, they started popping up.
Apart from that 5 to 9 quest, are there any other quests?
Well, lately I've been getting these really annoying and tedious quests. They make you do about 100 deliveries from Friday 4 a.m. till Sunday midnight. And the way that one was structured was, first I'll have to do 60 deliveries, and then I'll get about an extra $150. And then every 10 deliveries from there, be like an extra 35, then an extra 45, then an extra 55. And it's just really tedious and really hard to complete.
I did 70 trips in one whole week. How am I meant to do that in 3 days?
Exactly.
Wait. They sound exactly like those escorting quests in WoW where the person walks really slowly and you just gotta wait for them. Or more like that Vice City mission where you fly the bombs into the barrels with the RC helicopter and you always run out of time on that last barrel, so you just lose the reward.
They're exactly like that.
But those are the worst type of quests. This wasn't the only bad gaming trait that I noticed. Unfortunately, I started a week before the quarter ended. Marco, I went from gold back down to blue. Why am I back down to blue again?
Well, you know, like in the game Rust, every so often the server wipes and resets your progress?
Yeah?
Well, Uber kind of does the same thing at the end of each quarter. It's so you don't get to platinum and then like stop working and continue using all the discounts.
But I just got there.
Oh, well, just 2 more trips, man. You'll get it back.
Marco! Okay, so there are still more problems. When the stars align, you can actually make around $30 to $38 an hour. But although this video is a little bit about games, let's talk about real life for a moment. Finding trips in itself is obviously the most important part. If you don't live in this city or busy areas like I don't, that means you gotta make your way to those areas to be able to maximize your trips. Now, you might get lucky and you might be able to get a trip that goes from your area to one of those busy areas. But as you can tell, I'm not very lucky, am I? When you are in those busy areas though, there are what I like to call the 4 horsemen of doom that can ruin your night and more importantly, your moneymaker, quests. Parking. Busy areas means less parking, and the parking in the city is terrible too. So you might spend 5 to 15 minutes looking for parking. That's bad for time. Let's say you finally find the car park and you go to the restaurant. I'm here to pick up so-and-so's order. It will be done in 20 minutes. Waiting. Uber does compensate you for waiting, but you're just wasting time, especially for quest targets. You can cancel, but that just means you got to find another trip, don't you? Okay, maybe you found parking fairly easily and the restaurant had the order ready when you went to go and pick it up. Sounds great. You make your way to the destination and you have to find parking again because you're taking it to the 74th floor of the Eureka Tower because that person lives in an apartment. Lucky there aren't a lot of apartments in the city, right? And if you're the one in that apartment ordering from a restaurant 300 meters away, you're probably not coming down to pick up that order from the driver, are you?
I had to climb the stairs. The elevator didn't work.
And we'll call this last one traffic. A little self-explanatory, but let me just dive a little bit deeper. You know when you order food from an app and the delivery driver goes some really weird way towards you or away from you, floats around in a certain area back and forth, continues to go in a really weird way after that, then comes to you after 20 minutes of having already picked up your order? Yeah, that's because they have a second order from someone else who has priority delivery. And they have to encounter the 4 horsemen of doom for someone else's delivery before they even get to you.
What'd you get? What, is that for you or for the customer?
No, I just thought I'd shop while I was in there.
Did you get the customer's product?
Oh yeah, fuck.
So then your food gets cold and you blame the delivery driver because you've been watching them on the app every 3 minutes because you couldn't be bothered walking 300 meters to the restaurant to get the food yourself because you were hungry and now you're just hangry as well as just being a lazy, useless prick. Also, doubling up on trips sounds good as a delivery driver when you want to utilize time and get quests done, but Uber doesn't tell you where the destination for that second priority order is when it pops up. So it's a gamble picking up that order because it's either on the way or you're making your way backwards after it.
For example, much like main and side quests, I got an order for food, my main quest, and I picked it up as usual. Then I got a priority order from a tech store, like this one. And much like a side quest, it obviously distracted from my main. I then had to deliver the tech item to the second customer first, then deliver a hot perishable food item to the first customer, which by this point in time was now cold. Except because I care about my customers so much, I canceled the food order saying that there was something wrong with it, and I put it to good use. It is cold.
To be fair, doubling up orders are always fairly close, but just consider the parking and the waiting. There's also a pack and delivery service where you get paid more to grocery shop for people, which takes more time than a normal order, and that can be okay, but that's not good for quests, your moneymaker. So you might not even accept the order because of that. I've also noticed some drivers go and fill up petrol while they're waiting at a restaurant that's really close by to a petrol station, just so that it can seem like they've waited longer and get paid more. So then you as a consumer are either wondering why it's taking so long to get your order to you or why no one's picking up your order. So we're constantly losing time, therefore losing money. But apart from all of that, there still is one element to all of this that really bugs me a lot.
So Uber takes 30% from the total order from a restaurant.
Mark has been a chef for 15 years and has run restaurants before. So if there's anyone who knows about the impact of delivery apps on restaurants, running a restaurant, and what it's like to be a delivery driver, it's him.
So when delivery apps first came to restaurants, it was a massive change for restaurants and it was nothing like I would have expected. It created this whole new market where you're not just getting customers in store and customers ringing up and picking up takeaway. It sort of promoted your business as well, where people who didn't know about your business could have just logged into an app, look and say, oh, what's this place, and order delivery. But the downside to that was you have to have the staff for it, you have to have the stock for it, you have to account that as like almost another business inside your business. And then you have to juggle between your customers in store, your general takeaway customers, and now the delivery customers. A lot of the time, the delivery customers were your main part of the business. Even so much whereas people started opening up places called dark kitchens where they're solely delivery orientated restaurants where the only way you can order from them is delivery through Uber Eats or other delivery apps. They don't take walk-in customers or they don't take takeaway orders, solely delivery. Another downside to it was also that to accommodate for Uber taking 30% on our delivery platforms, we'd have to increase our prices. But if we increased our prices 30% to match what Uber was taking, the prices were just too unreasonable and you wouldn't get people ordering. So we could only increase them about 10 to 15%. And the last restaurant I worked at, we had a completely separate menu for delivery. So you could only order these items off the delivery menu. It was completely different to
what we had in store, because we were a restaurant and what we had in store didn't really travel well. So, for example, we'll sell in souvlaki to only customers through deliveries and sharing food on plates inside the restaurant. So it was completely different. It was a whole new business, separate business. It's actually under a different name as well, to earn a little bit extra money and take advantage of the delivery platforms. Where it was good through COVID lockdowns and stuff like that, where we didn't have a restaurant open, we solely had that takeaway business, that delivery business, and that kept us afloat during lockdowns and stuff like that, where a lot of restaurants struggled. So in those times it was great, but now I don't think so much. Because they take 30%, it's hard to make it profitable.
So whilst the load has increased and some businesses are finding that they're making more money overall, they're also making less money on every dish that they make than they used to, in addition to the cost of produce and overheads. And of course, the other bad thing is just that we're becoming an even more lazy society where we pay more for everything, yet we still receive less. Additionally, Uber has still only made profit in 1 year of business. And that might be because they're paying their delivery drivers $5 to deliver a coffee to someone whose whole order costs $5. So their business model for consumers, investors, and in some way restaurants isn't even a profitable one. Okay, so with that all aside, what is the best way for me to just make the most amount of money on Uber?
Well, you want to eliminate the three problems, which is traffic, parking, and fuel efficiency. And the best way to do that is probably to get like a motorcycle or a scooter.
What? A motorbike? Oh my god, why didn't I think of that, man? Alright, no. I'll see you later. I gotta go. Chris!
Oh no. What's this idiot doing now? What the hell? What do you think you're doing?
Marco, you're a smart man. Thank you for the idea.
I meant scooter, not a motorcycle. Your helmet, man! Your helmet! Yes! Oh, this fucking guy, man. Doesn't get it. Imagine that rocking up to your house. Oh, I've just got your Uber. Enjoy your meal.
Okay, so the motorbike thing didn't work out. I didn't realize that people didn't want to hear their meals and packages delivered at 1 a.m. in the morning, so... I also lost my license for riding with no helmet, so there's that. Okay, so let's look at 1 month of working. Here are my stats for a month of working. You can see that my hourly wage went up 2 weeks in a row, till I got to my 4th week. Maybe this is a bit of a conspiracy, but then I feel like maybe they caught on that I was only working at certain times, which was 5 to 9 to get the quest. So in the 4th week, they started to give me all the really hard and seemingly impossible quests. And you can see I made the least amount of money while still working 37 hours. Regardless, after deducting the costs involved, I made $961.80 for the month. So, what are my thoughts? Let's review money first. The money's okay. It's livable if you're willing to work at certain times. You have to consider the cost of petrol, and that's really dependent on your vehicle. The big thing you have to consider is the impact of your vehicle's life as well. You're inevitably depreciating the value of that vehicle quicker. Far quicker. You also have to service it more and put more into it for upkeep. Some of that you may be able to deduct on tax, so you might get some back. But really, if you want to save the most amount of money, just get a scooter. The scooter's gonna really alleviate the 4 horsemen of doom, with the only negatives being storage and weather. If this is a side gig for extra money, then it's pretty easy, it's fine. You might as well try it. Oh yeah, I just realized you have to take 11% off your total because you should be contributing to your super fund, which is your retirement fund. So you should probably take 11% off the total. So money gets a C. All right, let's talk about time now. The promise of working when you want, whilst true, is very misleading. Yeah, you can work when you want, but the rates will obviously significantly change because of the frequency of jobs, bonuses, quests, and factors like the 4 horsemen of doom. It did free up my late mornings and afternoons, which is the bonus and good part of it all. But also, if I was to work on a video on those days, it could mean that I could be spending 16 or more hours a day working. And say goodbye to weekends and your social life. So time gets a C+. And I guess that leads to entertainment. Uber's not fun. It's easy, sure, but there's waiting. Sitting on your ass, waiting more. There are bad drivers. Oh my God. there are bad drivers, because you're driving and you're trying to be safe and you're trying to find parking and do this and that and actually maximize your profits by doing your trips as quick as possible, but trying to be as safe as possible and within the road limits. It's actually pretty exhausting after a while. Honestly, the achievements, the quests, and the bonuses do give you a sense of achievement, just like a video game, but it's not a video game. It's more like a mobile gacha game. It's on your phone. You don't know what you're going to get in any given day. You got to invest a whole bunch of money if you actually want to get anywhere with it. And at the end of the day, it's just not a very good game. So entertainment, I'm sorry, you get an F. Cool. Guess I got to try Uber Premier maybe. Liam?
Yeah. Yeah, jump in.
What's up, man? I'm Liam.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, chuck on your seatbelt.
Yeah. Getting there. What's your name?
It's actually in the app. It's Chris.
Oh, mate.
Yeah.
Cool name, dude. I know a few Chris's myself.
Yeah.
You from around the area?
Yeah, close by, around the corner.
Sick. Local. I like that.
Yeah.
How long you been driving the Uber?
Yeah, jump out. Get out of the car, yeah?
What?
Yeah, get the fuck out.
What the hell?
Yeah, hurry up.
What's going on?
There's a car behind you. Yeah, better hurry up, man. Get the fuck out, idiot. Moron. Fuck, man. Thank you for watching. Please make sure you give my video a like and a comment if you enjoyed it. And make sure you subscribe for more stupid adventures. And I'll see you next time, hopefully sometime soon.